Dependent personality disorder, a deep dive. Welcome to our deep dive into dependent personality disorder, a condition characterized by a pervasive and excessive need to be taken care of. Individuals with DPD often struggle with feelings of inadequacy and helplessness, leading them to rely heavily on others for reassurance, guidance, and support. Today, we'll explore the key traits and behaviors associated with DPD, shedding light on how this condition manifests in relationships, work, and everyday life. Stay tuned to learn more about this fascinating topic and how it impacts individuals' lives. Paralyzed by indecision, the struggle with everyday choices. Imagine feeling overwhelmed by the simplest of decisions, like choosing an outfit for the day or deciding what to have for lunch. For individuals with dependent personality disorder, this struggle is a daily reality. They have an overwhelming need for reassurance and guidance from others, even for the most mundane tasks. This difficulty in making everyday decisions stems from a deep-seated lack of self-confidence and a fear of making the wrong choice. They may constantly seek advice from others, second-guessing themselves and feeling paralyzed by the fear of disapproval or negative consequences. This need for external validation can significantly impact their ability to function independently and make even the smallest choices with confidence. Surrendering control, the need for others to take the reins. Individuals with DPD often feel overwhelmed by the responsibility of managing their own lives. They may rely heavily on others to make major decisions such as where to live, what career path to pursue, or even how to manage their finances. This reliance on others stems from a deep-seated belief in their own inadequacy and a fear of making mistakes. They may feel lost and directionless without someone to guide them, relinquishing control and allowing others to dictate the course of their lives. This pattern of dependence can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration, both for the individual with DPD and those around them. It's important to remember that everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and learning to embrace autonomy is crucial for personal growth and well-being. Silencing the self. The difficulty in expressing disagreement. Have you ever bitten your tongue, afraid to voice your true opinion? For individuals with DPD, this fear of expressing disagreement runs deep. They have an intense need to please others and avoid conflict, even at the expense of their own needs and desires. This fear of losing support or approval can lead them to suppress their true feelings and go along with others, even when they disagree. They may worry that expressing a different viewpoint will lead to rejection or abandonment, reinforcing their belief that they are incapable of standing on their own 2 feet. This pattern of suppressing their needs can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and a diminished sense of self. Frozen by fear, the struggle to initiate projects. Imagine having a head brimming with ideas but feeling paralyzed by the fear of taking that first step. This is the reality for many individuals with dependent personality disorder. They often struggle to initiate projects independently due to a lack of self-confidence and an overwhelming fear of failure. They may doubt their abilities, minimize their accomplishments, and hesitate to take risks, even when the potential rewards are significant. This fear of failure can stem from early experiences of criticism or a lack of encouragement, leading them to internalize a belief that they are incapable of succeeding on their own. It's essential to remember that everyone makes mistakes, and setbacks are an inevitable part of growth and learning. Seeking solace. Going to great lengths for nurturance. Individuals with dependent personality disorder often crave nurturance and support from others, sometimes going to great lengths to obtain it. They may volunteer for unpleasant tasks, put others' needs before their own, or even tolerate mistreatment, all in an attempt to gain approval and maintain relationships. This need for constant reassurance and validation can stem from a deep-seated fear of abandonment and a belief that they are unworthy of love and care unless they are constantly giving to others. While it's natural to seek connection and support, it's important to recognize when these needs become excessive and begin to impact one's well-being. Alone and afraid. The fear of solitude. Imagine the thought of being alone filling you with a sense of dread and unease. For individuals with dependent personality disorder, this fear of solitude is a constant companion. They have an exaggerated fear of being unable to care for themselves, leading them to feel helpless and anxious when alone. This fear can manifest as a constant need to be around others, difficulty sleeping alone, or an inability to enjoy solitary activities. This intense discomfort with being alone often stems from a lack of self-reliance and a belief that they need others to feel safe and secure. It's important to remember that solitude can be a time for reflection, self-discovery, and personal growth. Filling the void. The urgency to replace relationships. The end of a relationship can be devastating for anyone, but for individuals with dependent personality disorder, it can trigger an overwhelming fear of abandonment and a desperate need to fill the void. They may quickly seek out new relationships, often without taking the time to heal or reflect on past experiences. This pattern of seeking immediate replacement stems from a deep-seated fear of being alone and a belief that they need another person to feel complete and secure. It's essential to remember that healthy relationships require time, effort, and a strong sense of self. Trapped in fear. The unrealistic preoccupation with abandonment. Imagine constantly worrying about being left alone even when there's no real threat. This is the reality for many individuals with dependent personality disorder. They have an unrealistic preoccupation with fears of being left to fend for themselves, leading them to constantly seek reassurance and cling to relationships, even unhealthy ones. This fear can manifest as jealousy, possessiveness, or an inability to set healthy boundaries. It's important to remember that healthy relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual support, not fear and control. The price of acceptance. Tolerating poor or abusive treatment. Imagine enduring mistreatment just to avoid being alone. Sadly, this is a reality for some individuals with dependent personality disorder. They may tolerate poor or abusive treatment from others to maintain relationships, fearing that speaking up or setting boundaries will lead to rejection or abandonment. This pattern of self-sacrifice stems from a deep-seated belief that they are undeserving of love and respect, and that they must endure mistreatment to maintain connections. It's crucial to remember that everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, and no one should tolerate abuse or mistreatment to maintain a relationship. Imagine having dreams and aspirations, but feeling paralyzed by the fear of taking that first step. This is a common experience for individuals with dependent personality disorder, who often struggle to start or carry out projects independently. Their lack of self-confidence and fear of failure can lead them to procrastinate, make excuses, or rely on others to do the work for them. It's important to remember that everyone has unique talents and abilities, and taking small steps outside one's comfort zone can lead to incredible growth and fulfillment. Imagine feeling lost and directionless without someone to guide your every move. This is the reality for many individuals with dependent personality disorder who rely heavily on others for decision-making, even for seemingly insignificant choices. This excessive reliance on others stems from a lack of self-trust and a fear of making mistakes. It's essential to remember that everyone makes mistakes, and learning from them is an integral part of personal growth. Imagine living with a constant fear of being left behind, your thoughts consumed by worries of rejection and abandonment. This is the reality for many individuals with dependent personality disorder, whose lives are often ruled by this intense fear. This fear can manifest as clinginess, possessiveness, and an inability to set healthy boundaries in relationships. It's essential to remember that true security comes from within, from developing a strong sense of self-worth and learning to trust in one's own abilities. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of dependent personality disorder. We hope this video has provided you with valuable insights into this complex condition and the profound impact it can have on individuals' lives. Don't hesitate to reach out for help and embark on your journey toward healing and well-being. Hit the like and subscribe buttons for more interesting content. Don't forget to share it with your loved ones.